Ready? Go ahead.
Sit. Down. 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 Good girl. Bring it in.
You guys haven't seen my little guy. Just thinking about him. Something I want to talk about today. I want to talk about, you know, the experience of being a father. As a black man in America, it's always a goal, you know, for the majority of black people, I could say, that has common sense and, you know, want to be productive, you know, and, you know, for the black people that aren't raised in the hood and that are raised in the hood, you know, we all want to break that cycle. You know, I had a relationship with my father growing up. Like, I knew who my father was, even though my mother and my father weren't together. That doesn't mean, you know, I was going to turn out to be a kid or, you know, somebody who's out here robbing people and stealing just because, you know, my mother and father weren't together. You know, then again, I think I was too young to even realize, you know, if they weren't together or not. It's a great experience, man. Like, between my son being born, you know, making it there, that day was wild, man. That day was wild. That night, actually. He was born at like 2 or 3 something in the morning. I think 3:22. Came in at 7 pounds, 17 ounces. Yeah, I was trying to get off of work that night. I was actually working, and, you know, it's crazy because that same night, I think last year the Eagles, was it? Yeah, this year the Eagles won the first time they won the championship before the Super Bowl. And you know how Philly, you know how Philly gets.
History made last night in Minneapolis. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the New England Patriots to win their first Super Bowl ever. It was an intense, record-setting shootout between quarterbacks Nick Foles and Tom Brady. Foles led a pressure-packed 75-yard drive to the winning touchdown with 2:21 to go in the game. The Patriots tried to pull off one of their famous comebacks, but the Eagles defense held. Final score, 41-33. And the win touched off a rowdy celebration in Philadelphia. Fans pulled down traffic lights, tipped over cars, and smashed windows. Things got out of control after rowdy fans took to the streets. Police say tens of thousands of people swarmed the downtown area after the Eagles' victory over the Patriots. They lit fires, climbed on top of the Ritz-Carlton awning, which ended up collapsing. Busted Coverage posted that video and this one of fans summoning superhuman strength to topple this car.
Boy, if you don't get...
Barstool Sports posted this video of fans pulling down the street light among 6 lampposts that were pulled down around the City Hall area. This despite the fact that police had greased the poles. One fan jumped on top of a moving police van and rode along as police wound their way through thick crowds. The fan can be seen flapping his arms like an eagle and attempting to surf on top of the vehicle. The city definitely has a big cleanup before they throw a Super Bowl parade. And there was a post-Super Bowl disturbance at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. 6 people were arrested there.
So, you know, driving for the city, it's like, you know, I was praying that I'd get there on time at that time of night, because it was crazy out here on the streets. Like, people were going wild, but I made it. I made it there on time, man. I made it there, you know, before she decided to get the epidural. You know, because we did agree to try to, like, not do that shit. Because, again, I am a conspiracy theorist about a lot of things. Even more now in my life than ever. Like, way more now in my life than ever before. I'm way more of a conspiracy theorist about everything, man. But you know, that's a whole nother video. Just seeing that, you know, the whole thing happen in front of your face, like somebody that, you know, it still blows my mind that I can create somebody that, you know, is a part of me. You know, somebody like another human being is still like, still blows my mind till this day. Like it's wild, man. Like, but you know, it's a really great experience, you know, when you do, if ever you guys, you know, whoever's watching this, if you do decide to have kids or a kid and you guys plan it and it's planned, and you know, you have so many ideas and stuff you want to do when they get here, it's like, yeah, my son, he's not gonna want for anything, you know, between, you know, between me and my son's mother, like, and their, you know, my family and her family, you know, he's not gonna want for anything in the world, man. He's only 9 months right now, well, about to be, but still, even then, you know, yeah, he's not that old yet. Bishop, it's my boy Bishop. I keep doing that shit. Every time I get up high, I kick that shit into neutral. But yeah, it's a great experience, man. Yeah, but to have, especially to have something you wanted, you know, as far as gender, you know, because, you know, every man wants a son most of the time, unless you're a womanizer. Don't no man want a daughter. That's a myth. Can't no man tell me they don't want a son for their first child ever. You know, I don't want to hear that shit. If you're a man and you watching this video, you know, don't fool yourself. You want a son before you want a daughter, my guy. Trust me. Every man wants to have a little you. You know, every man wants to have a little guy you can raise to be you, to be just like you, and to do little manly shit with. So we got, you know, the Veil Party's here, and I show up with a teen girl shirt on because, you know, I didn't know, I wasn't sure, and it's like I was saying, every man wants to have a son. So I stopped like putting in my mind, you know, son. So, you know, if I have a daughter and she gets here, you know, if the reveal party and it was a girl, it's like, so I wouldn't be disappointed. I actually did that enough to the point where I started wanting a girl. The time the reveal party came, you know, I actually did want my daughter. And, you know, we expected a daughter so much to the point that we came up with, you know, our name a long time ago for our daughter before we ever thought about having a son, because we were expecting to have a daughter, like, for some reason. Like, we just had the same frame of mind that, oh, we're gonna have a girl. You know, sure enough, you know, everything came out, we had a boy.
Hey! I had to give him a glory. Oh, thank you. He got glory. Hallelujah, glory. Whew. Woo! You hear me? I thank the Lord. I thank the Lord that He brought me. Thank you.
We had a little baby boy. gonna be a little rider to hopefully he actually likes this. I don't want to force him to do this shit if he's scared of it. But there's this kid on Instagram, man, like, I think he's Russian. What's this little kid on Instagram? And his father, like, raised him on bikes since birth, almost, like, since he was, like, 2, 1.5, like, and I think the kid's, like, 5 now, and he's like, on 110 cc's now. It's wild. Like, he's doing, like, track events with other kids. It's great, man. I pretty much watched the kid grow up to 5. Like, I've been following this guy since the kid was, like, 1 on Instagram. It's wild, man. I would love for my son to, you know, go down that road. You know, I just don't want to. I don't want to, you know. I don't want to mess up. But yeah, where I was going with at the beginning of the video about being black in America, man, it's just something that you want to, you know, most kids want to do. We want to break that cycle, man. We don't want to complete the cycle. You know, at least I don't. You know, I'm not out here reckless, having sex with all these women, and, you know, the women don't give a damn either. And they just say, oh, well, I'll have the baby. You know, I can never understand that in the first place, man. I can never understand that logic of having a child by a man that doesn't want the child, but you still have the child anyway.
Why? 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 Why?
I could never understand that logic from any woman. And then you want to go and put the man on child support.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Because he didn't want the child. But what I always say is, like, yo, it takes 2 to conceive a human being. Like, this is a human being. It's not a, you know, it's not a meal ticket. It's not a you know, a loaded gun you want to use against your partner. It's a human being with feelings that you have to raise to be a productive person. Like, I don't understand women, man. These little girls, like, I don't get it. Like, it's wild to me. But, you know, yeah, but it's a great experience, man. I got many more, I got much more time to go, you know, with my son. Like, he's not even 1 yet, but, you know, so far it's a great experience, man. Just to have, you know, someone that's a part of you and another you. You know, that shit is dope. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Really, honestly. It's TWA here. I'll catch you guys later.